Here we go. Good morning, photography. I'm going to go over the natural lighting presentation with you today. This is on Canvas. Now, for some of you, you've already made a beginning on this and watched the presentation, and that might be enough for you, but this is just to support. You can hear and see me talking about the next project. So thanks for everyone meeting on Zoom and everyone who I've talked to so far. I'm so happy to know you're doing well as can be expected. And I know that Pritzker had put out the announcement that we're going to be home for the rest of the school year, which we were kind of anticipating. And I, am mentally and emotionally preparing myself for that. And it stinks, and I miss you guys, and I wish that we were together. There's no actual replacement for face-to-face interaction and just the sense of connection that we have when we're with other human beings. Humanity it's in our nature to want to share life and share our experiences live in person. And I think that that's a really normal thing to want. And right now, I think the comforting thing is that I'm here for you digitally, and we're kind of all here for each other as much as we can be. And we're all in this together. And I know you've heard that many times, but that's true, So moving on to our natural lighting, I'm going to share my screen. So on Canvas, this presentation is on there. It's under Natural Lighting Summative. Take 3 photos that demonstrate these 3 types of lighting setups: split or side lighting, Rembrandt lighting, and backlighting. That's it. The challenge really of this is not the setups, it's the fact that you're using the sun and a window as a modifier. And if you think about a modifier, that's anything that's using the light to guide or direct the light somewhere. And in our case, it's going to be a window. So I'm actually sitting right by my window. You can see it. There it is. So, but because the window is not my only light source, so you can see there's light coming from here, but then also I have this dining room light overhead that's reflected in the ceiling. So I would not have like a really good example of split lighting because I have multiple light sources, and one of them is natural and one of them is artificial. So if I were to take a picture like this demonstrating one of these setups as natural light, I would have to go and turn off my dining room overhead light, which I can do that for you. Hold on. And so now you can see it's better, more even lighting. There's not that yellowing up above, and you can see that the primary light source is coming from the left side onto the left side of my face. And so this would be very close to split lighting, although I don't think that this is dramatic enough. So let's go right into it. This is an example of split lighting. So for your project, you're going to demonstrate all 3 examples: split lighting. Hi, my daughter. Split lighting, Rembrandt, and backlighting, which this one is probably the most straightforward because it's just light from the back and the person is a silhouette. Go through these videos. They tell you exactly how to do it and how to set it up, but you can see the light source here. There's only one. It's coming directly from the side of the face, and then the opposite side is going to be very dark. Rembrandt, that is when the person's head is turned 3/4 away from the camera and the light source is coming here, and it actually casts a triangle shape on the other side of the face. So the person who demonstrated that the most clearly was actually a painter, Rembrandt. He's one of the most famous painters ever. And he painted like, I would say maybe 30 self-portraits over the years. So like documenting himself as a 20-year-old all the way up to like an 80-year-old. And he did a kind of the same pose and posture every time. And he used this, what's called Rembrandt lighting. So you can see there's this primary light source is here. And then in his case, he used a candle a lot of times. Like a lot of times these old paintings, you'll see they're very yellow, very orange. They're very warm on the Kelvin scale. And that's because the room was lit up with candles. So, and then on the opposite side of his face, you can see this little peekaboo triangle here. Magic bubbles. Yeah, you can try them outside. Go ahead. And then the last one is backlighting. And that one I said was the most straightforward. So all it is this window creating this very strong source of light, and then the person would be a silhouette. So in my case, I would turn my computer all the way like this. Now, I'm getting a little bit darker. The thing that you can't see though is that there's 3 windows in front of me. She needs to open the door. Okay, you're gonna come with me. Homeschooling. Bubbles, this counts for PE, right? Okay. You might want to put some shoes on there, my love. So I'm trying to see if this is more backlighting. You can tell right here. So like these 3 front windows, very strong back. There you go. See how dark I am right there? Yep. It's not super consistent. You have to keep in mind too that I have my camera on my computer, and that's what we're working with in these videos. But in your case, you're going to have your phone and you'll have a lot more control over exposure. And then, joy of joys, you can put it into Photoshop too and do your levels and curves. I'm so excited. I hope everybody downloaded the cloud. Please let me know if you cannot. So these are some tips. Choose a window the light is pouring in during that time of day. Remember that midday, noon light will have a higher light source for Rembrandt lighting versus early morning, late afternoon, which will have direct light source for split lighting. Okay, how will you make your photos unique? So not just demonstrating backlighting, but doing it with a high degree of originality. In this case, you can see she's in the center of the photo. I actually, if I were to critique this, I would put her off to one of those visual hotspots so she can demonstrate rule of thirds. But you can see like her arms are stretched out. She's in this dress. So the photographer is considering costume, placement, where he's standing. Is he at eye level with her? Is he, honey, I'm making a video. Is he down? Okay. Is he down at her level, right? And look at the butterflies. You can see there's like butterflies coming up from the ceiling, and that shows her and her personality and something that matches with her. You know, maybe she loves butterflies. So these are things that are making the photo unique, not just demonstrating it, but doing the lighting with a high degree of originality. And remember, that's the definition of creativity, solving a problem with a high degree of originality. So your 3 steps: watch the presentation and sketch ideas. So maybe you guys are already here. Submit your sketches. However you want to do that, it doesn't matter. You can make a video of yourself with the sketchbook and hold up the sketchbook. You can take a picture of it and send it to me, JPEG. You can sketch it out using a digital drawing software and send it to me that way. All I care about is your ideas. And that I can actually open the file type, that would be good. And then after that, you're gonna do your 3 photos, turn those in. So remember, split, Rembrandt, and backlighting, that's all you need. And then I'm gonna give you feedback, and you're probably gonna make some changes. I might say, you know, split lighting looks great, focus on backlighting, your figure is not dark enough, or it's too dark, I can't see anything. I might have comments for all 3. And then make your changes and resubmit. And again, you know, I'm mentoring summative grades at this time. If you don't turn it in, I'm not going to give you a 0. I click basically like exempt, or I just don't enter it. But there's no reason that you wouldn't do it, because this is such a great opportunity to raise your grade right now. Even if you have a B, and you're like, oh, I have nothing to worry about, I have a B. If you do these assignments and do them well, you are absolutely able to get an A at this time, right? It's kind of like this opportunity where you're at home, you have all of these learning experiences here for you. Why wouldn't you engage to the best of your ability? I know you guys have tons of other responsibilities. I mean, I do too, as you can see. So do what you can, but this is a fun one, and it's going to teach you a lot about lighting. And then again, these are some examples. So Rembrandt, you can see like the little triangle shape here, split lighting, back, again, back. This is a really nice one, backlighting. And this is split lighting too, believe it or not, because look at her, the side of her face is completely blacked out. But this is a nice one. She used her hand to sort of cast a shadow. Okay, I hope this is helpful. You guys, don't forget to keep a lookout for my Zoom meeting invitations. And happy Monday.